How much peace. The Colorado Peaks at sunset.
So here I am leaving Breckenridge, Colorado. I'm near the town of Frisco, Colorado. I'm going to drive on down the highway and shortly I'll be in Denver. It'll take me 2 hours. So it's always a little melancholy to drive down this road. I'm leaving Breckenridge, Colorado. I have leased my little studio apartment here for the rest of the year, the rest of the ski season, and a good part of next year too. It's kind of how I've been able to fund my nomad adventures. And on the one hand, it's sad to leave. It's just such a relaxing place. But on the other hand, this is what I do as a nomad. This is how I'm able to travel. So I really shouldn't complain too much. What this does is put me closer to being on the road to a happy adventure. The problem is that as I go down the hill to Denver, Colorado, I know what faces me, all kinds of challenges. One thing is I have a bunch of people that are going to ask me to do work for them, and that's always a challenge to say no. I'm still young enough to work, and money is important to all of us. Of course, I'm having a hard time deciding how much money do I need, and the minute you think you have enough money, you go into the marketplace and you find out what everything costs. You say, well, geez, I thought I had a lot of money, but now I don't have enough money. I just tried to buy a computer on Black Friday at the Black Friday discounts, and I had massive sticker shock at how much a computer would cost that would allow me to do video editing on the road. So far, all of my editing has been done on this cell phone, and I think my editing my productions would increase dramatically if I could acquire a video program and a computer to run it. I used to do some video editing, and the problem is that I couldn't run 4K. I got a 4K camera, and I wasn't able to run 4K. And that was very, very distressing. It kind of put an end to my video editing, because unless I wanted to go back to lower resolution cameras, which I didn't want to do. So that's why I started editing things on my iPhone. Some of it's pretty high resolution stuff, but it's in a small enough format that the iPhone's able to handle it. And all I'm doing is YouTube stuff. I'm not doing any major motion picture. So you would think, why do you need 4K? But like the picture we're seeing today would come out so much nicer. You get the colors so better in 4K. And so anyway, my point is, we all think when we retire, or many of us think that the money we have is adequate money, and then we get out into the real world and we find out that all the prices of everything that we used to buy have skyrocketed. They didn't just go up, they skyrocketed. I was thinking probably if I spent $2,000 on a laptop, I would be spending a considerable amount of money. And you can't get any decent video editing laptop for $2,000. You can get the basics, but I've done enough editing to know that when you really have to do number crunching, when you have to crunch big files and long files, that these laptops that you see that are bargain price laptops are short, significantly short in processing power, and they're short in memory. And so you could do what I'm doing here, but if you wanted to add effects and transitions and overlay tracks and work with the sound, you can't do that. They just don't have enough power to do that. So anyway, there's the camera. Hope you're not getting seasick. So it's some ungodly hour in the morning. Rarely am I up this early. But we're on our way to pick up the people that are going to rent my apartment for the next 4 months. They're coming in from Argentina. So it'll be really fun to meet them and try and explain how everything works in Spanish and English. It'll be a lot of fun. So this is just a process. Of course, I'm in the Big D now, Denver, Colorado. That's where the big international airport is. And my job is to help these young people transition as well as I can and enjoy what I wasn't enjoying. And of course, as I've said before, by renting my place out like this, it gives me a little bit of income so that I can go do other things like van life. So it's kind of bittersweet because you can't stay in it when you're renting it, but on the other hand, the rent's sure nice. And for those of you who are trying to figure out how to finance your van life, if you own your own home, what do you do with it? Some people just shut it up and lock it. But if you can figure out a way through VRBO, Vacation Rentals by Owner, or Flipkey, or some other one of these programs in which you can advertise it for shorter term rentals and then make some money, it can be a real good way to have somebody in your property while you're out having fun chasing stars in so many words.
So it's kind of interesting. Most of this land you see used to be what they called the Box Elder Ranch. And a few very wealthy people from Denver bought it, and then they sat on it for their entire lives. And finally, they sold it and turned it into Denver International Airport. The moral of the story, though, is land isn't always the best investment. Most of the original investors went to their graves before the land was ever sold. Ms. Nick says, "Don't buy land, Daddy. Let's go travel." So a fellow by the name of Sasnak, who used to drive a diesel truck, just bought a spectacular motorhome called a Prevost. They're bus conversions, and they are the most spectacular motorhomes ever made. He's going to have a lot of fun with this machine. They're not too much for boondocking, and boy, do they cost a lot of money. But they are sure the sweetest motorhomes ever made. So we're waiting for the Cammy Awards. That's kind of a nice little YouTube award ceremony for the bottom of YouTube for all those nomadic people. And I wish them all the very best of luck. I think there are some great nominations this year, and it'll be interesting to see who wins. One thing I hope for this next year is that we can find a more civil YouTube. I have been really disturbed over the dispute that Line Screw has had with Carolyn's RV life. I think, heck, we're all subject to being able to be ridiculed. The people are welcome to ask questions, they're welcome to pull their jokes and do all that kind of thing. But I think that guy went way, way, way too far when he started playing with Carolyn's emotions, her feelings about the loss of her lifelong companion, Capone. When he started laughing at her distress, it really, really chilled me out. It really made me feel bad. And I don't think that that's an appropriate topic. I do think there are a few topics still left that are kind of solemn, and they should stay off YouTube. And we should allow people to grieve in private and have their private moments. It's one thing we put ourselves out in public and have a public life as nomads, but I think that was just going too far. And Line Screw One is a very talented videographer. That guy has the ability to put out some wonderful things. But picking on Carolyn and her grief, I think, was just one massive step too far. Well, this is Tim Painter for The Van Life, wishing you all the very best. If you like what you see, please press like. And, of course, we love your comments. Tell us what you think. Who do you think ought to win the Cammy Awards? And where do you think I should go next? Those are 2 questions I have for you. And also, please subscribe. If this is your first time to this page, the only way you're going to know that I come up again, that I do another video, is if you subscribe. So I invite you all. Please subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.